don't sneak, kinda love that's so deep. I'm freak, kinda lover. Ooh.
What's up, y'all? I'm Kadijah Nicole and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about hair growth. Now, most times I see videos or like this topic brought up, it's mostly discussing things that you really had control over, like you didn't moisturize your hair good enough, or you didn't sleep with your bonnet on, so now it's like dry and your hair is dry or whatever, or just different things that you could help, like you bleached your hair too much or you wore ponytails too much and now your edges done fell out. Those are like the type of things that you have control over. But for today's video, I want to talk about some things that you really might not have that much control over that could be affecting your hair growth. So I do have me some notes here because I want to make sure I have everything kind of organized or whatever. And I'm no scientist, I'm no science major, I don't have a degree or nothing like that. This is just things that I've learned myself from research. So I just want to share it with you guys, and after watching this you can also do your own research and dive into the topic a little bit more to learn more about your hair growth and how your hair works and everything like that. So the first thing I want to hop into is genetics. Now this topic comes up a lot when it comes to hair growth. People are like, oh, it's genetics, but nobody ever really dives like really deep into what about genetics it is. So I want to get into that a little bit today. So when it comes to genetics, your hair grows through 3 phases. Some would consider maybe 4. So those phases are the anagen stage, the catagen stage, the telogen stage, and the 4th one, which I said some would consider a stage, is the exogen stage. So starting with the first and most important stage when it comes to hair growth, the anagen stage. Now this stage can last from 2 to 6 years. So that's why sometimes you see someone's hair down their back. Their anagen stage is probably 6 years or more if they're able to stretch it. So people who have a harder time with growing their hair, their anagen stage is probably shorter. As you guys know, most hair grows on an average of a ½ inch a year. So within a year, you can grow roughly around 6 inches. So just imagine someone's anagen stage being 6 years. Y'all get where I'm going? Their anagen stage is 6 years, and then each year your hair can grow 6 inches. That means within that time period of their anagen stage, their hair could grow 36 inches. You know what I'm saying? So someone else's anagen stage could be 3 years. So that would mean their hair can only grow roughly around 18 inches. So sometimes when someone feels like their hair just hits a plateau and it never grows past that length, it's probably because they have a shorter anagen stage. And it's also interesting when you think about the hair growth stage, how we can have so much hair on our heads, but like our eyebrows, eyelashes, arm hair, and leg hair is so short, is because the anagen stage for those hairs is like way shorter. It's like 30 to 45 days. And I'm glad it is, because could you imagine? So after doing research, I learned that some people are able to stretch their anagen stage by, of course, being healthy, drinking water, also taking hair supplements. I heard that can help with stretching your hair anagen stage, and also doing things such as scalp stimulations, using things such as peppermint oil and just like those type of oils to help stimulate your scalp and get that blood flow going so that your hair can grow and kind of stretch your anagen stage. So once your hair has gone through its anagen stage, it's time for it to go to the catagen stage. So this is the transition stage, and it lasts anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks. During this period, your hair is just kind of, getting ready for the next stage. Their hair follicle kind of like starts to shrinking up, kind of becoming detached from the part of wanting to grow, which leads me up to the telogen stage, which is the resting stage. This stage can last for around 100 days, basically like 3 months. And during this stage, your hair does not grow. So after your hair has went through that stage, well, each individual strand goes through different stages at different times, which explains why you have different lengths of hair on your head. But anyways, once it's gone through that stage, it will go through the exogen stage, which means it's gonna shed and get ready for some new strands to grow. So the next thing I want to talk about is age, and I feel like this kind of can go hand in hand with stress levels. So age and stress levels can definitely play a part in your hair growth. We know as we age, your hair changes, you go through hormonal different things, your body just change, and it can affect your hair. So your hair can become thin and also can tend to be shorter and weaker. Just think about all the things you do to your hair over the course of your life, dyeing it, just putting it up in styles, doing all the stuff to it, the environment. It can affect it, make it weaker, so your hair can change, or it can affect your hair growth because of your age. Now, I know y'all probably thinking like, I done seen some older ladies, hair's gray, but it's still long and thick, and I'm like, I done seen them too. But right there, it probably plays into what? Genetics. Like, a lot of the stuff in this video revolves a lot around hormones. Like, after watching this, you should like look into hormones and see how much like it affects a lot of stuff. You don't realize how much it affects your body and just like different things. So the last thing I want to talk about is underlying illnesses and hormonal imbalances. So I wrote down a few different things that go under this type of topic, and that is like lupus, thyroid issues, alopecia, PCOS, childbirth, and breastfeeding. All of these types of things can affect hair growth. Now, one that I know a little bit more about because I've been doing like a little bit more research into it is like thyroid issues, and along with like hair loss and hair thinning, you'll be affected by other symptoms, but hair loss and thinning is like pretty major when it comes to thyroid issues. So not trying to freak people out or anything or like scare people, but it could be like an underlying condition you have that could be affecting your hair growth. Like if you feel like you tried everything, you've been taking care of your hair, you know, it could be something like that. So as I was saying about the thyroid issues, it basically affects your body's functionality and metabolism, which can lead to hair thinning and hair loss. Some people may not really know where their thyroid is or where it is, but it's like right here in your throat. I kind of feel like something's wrong with my thyroid, but I don't know. I haven't had it like examined by the doctors, but you'll kind of see it, like you can see it if it's like something up. Some people just have big thyroids, period, and it might not be nothing wrong, but yeah, like you can see mine. So I think that pretty much completes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it's able to help somebody out if there was something that they didn't know about and you've learned a little bit more about. I'm glad to help. I definitely would say to go do some more of your own research just to dive deep more into the topics, because I ain't a scientist like I told y'all, so I can't remember all of the knowledge like that. But anyways, definitely do some more research on everything that I was sharing with you guys today. It's very interesting to like dive into like how hair works and all that. That's pretty much it. Your girl is out. Deuces.